asked communities in Kana to set up local security networks to complement efforts of the police in the area. He said this on behalf of the sole administrator. He also charged people of Kana to safeguard government infrastructure, stressed the importance of periodic security meetings with the administrator, and so on and so forth. Well, the aim of all of this was to see how meetings could be, how insecurity within the area can be tamed. And it was specific to Kana local government. Now, is this something that we can see in other local governments? Mind you, we've seen several security outfits and local vigilante groups in other local government areas in the state before. So the comments coming from the Rivers State Commissioner of Police shouldn't be something new. But how effective have those ones been in the past? And what were the mistakes that were made under those ones? And how can we make it better? Well, all of these and more would form our conversation for this morning. And I will be speaking with the Commander, Diobu Vigilante Security Service, Prince Amatari Bipeledei. Sir, you're welcome, and good morning to you.
Good morning. Happy to be with you.
Been a while.
Yes.
Very long time. I think the last time we saw was when I had the Feed the Street campaign, the kids campaign. That was the last time we saw Nimbi Waterside. Yeah. So it's been quite a while. I hope you're doing very well with the job.
God is faithful.
All right. Faithful. So how do you respond to this news by the Rivers State Commissioner? Let's start with that. I mean, giving a go-ahead for people in Kana to set up a local security outfit in their area.
First, I am a major agitator, protector, and promoter of community policing. And why I agitate, I protect, and promote it is because it is working. If it is not working, I will not agitate for it. I will not promote it. I will not protect it. So the statement from the Commissioner of Police is in the right direction, because himself as the Commissioner of Police, before, it is well known to the state that he was a former Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations, and by virtue of his position, he's one of the Deputy Commissioner of Police that have succeeded very well in the annals of Rivers State Police Command. Why do I say so? Because when he was the Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations in the state, I think he was working very closely, even till today, working very closely with vigilantes. And the complementary roles of vigilantes are very valid and valued to him. And for him to make that statement, it means that there are security lapses in that particular local government. Like I said earlier, any local government or any community that does not have the presence of the local vigilante, that community will be open to criminal activities. And for police to reduce distress call on them, the complementary roles of the vigilantes are very, very important. And it is only senior police officers that are ready to fight crime can come with such statements. So his statement is in the right direction, because it is a working tool. If it is not working, I think he will not speak on it. So with our practical and theoretical experience in our fight against crime and criminality, the Commissioner of Police, like I said earlier, by virtue of his position today as the Commissioner of Police, he has anchored himself with different positions before he got to this position as the Commissioner of Police. Just as I said, it is also the first in history where Deputy Commissioner of Police Operations will be elevated to a Commissioner of Police in Rivers State. It is the first of its kind, and that should tell you is the level of proactiveness, competence, professionalism in discharge of his duty, which has made him to say that if Kana local government area is well secured in terms of security, I don't think he will say they should set up vigilante. The extent of setting up the vigilante is because of the security challenges. And like I said earlier, most time distress calls that ought to come to the police come to the vigilante, and vigilante complements before the arrival of the police, or vigilante complements, or vigilante acts and hand over to the police. So it reduces the pressure on the police.
But with your experience as the commander of the Diobu Vigilante Security Service over the years, some people make the argument that when we have these vigilante groups, the police becomes more, I don't want to use the word docile, but not very urgent with how it handles its business, which, because of course it is still the only constitutionally recognized body that is supposed to provide that service. So when it begins to hand it out to vigilante groups and so on and so forth, people believe that they no longer take it as serious as they should.
First, it is a known fact that if there are no security challenges, the extent of vigilante will not be there. Then two, the police, it is also a known fact that in terms of number, what is in fact strength in police is number. That is it. Also strength in security is number. So in each of the division or in each of the tactical team, getting me, the River State is vast. And if we want to talk about tactical team, the tactical team cannot even go around the states. Even the divisions that are also established in various communities, some communities doesn't even have the presence of police. That is to tell you that the number of the police is not enough to police or to safeguard the state or various communities. Some communities that doesn't have the presence of police have the presence of vigilante. Some community doesn't have vigilante, doesn't have police. So if the number of the police,
so it's overwhelming for the police.
Yes. If
so, why isn't the police recruiting these people who are vigilante members to join the police so that they can work for the police?
No amount of recruitment presently or currently can be visible to the level of crime that is going on in our society. And like I said earlier, if you go to certain divisions today, I always take the divisions around me. I take Azikiwe Police Division as a case study. Azikiwe Division cover the whole of Eagle Island. Azikiwe Division cover the whole of UST Bargate Azikiwe to Ikoku flyover. Azikiwe Division cover the whole of Elabushi to Emenike Junction.
And you don't think they have enough men?
Azikiwe Division also cover from Ojoto by Azikiwe to Emenike by New Mama Clinic. Azikiwe also cover part of Kwere Road. Now Azikiwe also cover part of that Ego Island Road and share boundary with Aji Police Station. Now the question is, what is the strength of Azikiwe Division?
How many police officers do they have?
Like I said earlier, strength is number. So how many police officers do you have? How many patrol vehicles do you have? If there are diverse distress call at a particular time, can they respond swiftly to all this distress call? The answer is no. The answer is no. So the necessity of vigilante is inevitable. Like I said earlier, vigilantes will not be there if there are no security challenges. The reason why the informal security outfit, just like the vigilante, are formed to complement the formal security outfits or agencies is because it is a known fact that the number is not enough to safeguard our various communities, totals of the states.
All right, we'll go on a short commercial. When we come back, we'll look at concerns of human rights abuse. I mean, that's one thing that the police has been accused of over the years. But then for local vigilante groups, it's on a different level. How do we then curtail that if we're going to encourage the use of these operations of these vigilantes after the break?
You are tuned in to
Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back after this.
I am malaria, the king of malaria parasites. My mission is simple: to take over your body, to cause fever, chills, headache. But one thing stays in my way. Come on.
Effective relief from malaria. Comal on, malaria gone. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult doctor.
Good tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil?
Conversation continues here on Nigeria Info. My name is Ifeyemi Andrew. If you get on Facebook, you can be a part of the conversation. You heard the Rivers State Commissioner of Police approving the establishment of local security outfits in Kana local government. And we have local security outfits in several other local governments across the country. One of the very popular ones, OSPAC. But they've been concerns. They are concerns. This establishment of local security outfits, how effective can it be? The argument my guest has made is that it's needed, it's compulsory, it's important, it can be effective. But my worry again, which brings us to the next question, is the cases of human rights abuses. In some places, it's even now used as a form of personal vendetta. Well, we'll find out all of this. There's also the question of how the recruitments even are being done. Those who end up becoming members of these security outfits. We'll find out more from my guest on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That's the handle. We're streaming live, so you can be a part of the conversation. We still have Prince Amatari, the commander at Diobu Vigilante Security Service. Thank you very much for your time.
God bless you.
All right, let's continue from the point you were making before the break. You said that the police doesn't have enough manpower to cover, and that's the reason why these local security outfits are important. But it brings us to two things. One, the personalities that form these security outfits. Number two, how the abuse of human rights. We've seen a lot. The most popular one then was OSPAC, and we had OSPAC, we had SPAC, we had for the various local governments, they were all coming with their packs, and it was an issue. Sometimes you hear that they got involved in court clash issues, and somebody died, or somebody was this and that. How do we go about this recruitment to ensure that we recruit people with sound minds and knowledgeable enough, or have enough knowledge of the Nigerian Constitution to understand how to carry out their jobs and behave at the same time?
First, anything you don't fund, anything you don't monitor, abuse is inevitable. And it is a known fact that Rivers State government at all levels, when I talk about government at all levels, I'm talking about both the states and the local government. It is a known fact that they have never encouraged the services vigilante. But my greatest joy is that when there are insecurity, getting me, the same people they don't.
You said they've never encouraged the services of vigilante.
Yes.
Any local government, state government?
Yes, they've never encouraged. Do you know why I said they've never encouraged?
Why?
Now the question is, states and local government. I don't know. Let me take Port Harcourt City as a case study. This is because Diobu Vigilante operates in Port Harcourt City. So let me take my local government as a case study. Even in other local governments, I think with my interactions with some of my colleagues in other security outfits, the encouragement has never been there. Because one, anything you don't fund, anything you don't monitor, abuse is inevitable. The number one question is, how much is the salary of a local security man?
Is it not a voluntary thing?
Yes, it is a voluntary thing. But even in the voluntary services, you used materials for such services. For instance, mobility, communication. For instance, touchlight you buy. The recharge card you recharge to make calls or to inform security agencies of the happenings in your area. So how do they get funds? To equip themselves in their service delivery? How much is their basic salary? How do they get this stipend? In fact, we don't even call it salary, we call it stipend. Now, government have not been able, and like I said earlier, even if we have forgotten so soon, we'll take the case of the NSAS. When the issue of NSAS came, responsible, in fact, it fell back to the vigilante. If not vigilantes in some communities, some police stations have been burnt to ashes. We protected police stations as at that particular time. So at that particular time, police could not even wear their uniforms. They were hiding their identity. But we stand tall in our various communities.
They will disagree with you in this.
No, it is not. It is a known fact. These informations are not new to the public. In fact, we work tirelessly day and night, and at the end of the day, what was the outcome? We're able to reduce the pressure. We're able to reduce the calamities that was to befall on various communities and police stations. Some police stations that were not protected were burnt down in this state. Now, I'm only using that as a case study to inform us this morning that when you fund a security outfit very well, and when that security outfit knows that it's being funded, rules and regulations will be given to them. But when they fund themselves, when they help themselves, they buy torchlights for themselves, they buy machetes or cutlass for themselves, everything about the working materials of a vigilante, they get it for themselves.
So should that be enough reason why they abuse human
now,
rights?
The abuse we're talking about,
to meddle in activities.
The abuse, like I said earlier, anything you don't monitor. What you say? If the state governments, in other local government or in other states, get me, some state government put preference in vigilante because it is a working tool.
Mm-hmm. Because my concern now is, now that this one has come out from the mouth of the commissioner, you will see some of these people that will take it as an authority to arrest people when they're not supposed to, or detain people. You will begin to see some of these things that would happen.
Okay. But let me give you
say, "Oh, commissioner, don't talk. Say we."
Let me give you certain informations. I get it. Now. The public, most of the police that are posted to even the community, they don't know who is John, they don't know who is Okoro. Then two, the police, like I said earlier, have so many responsibilities that it has always become an oversight in protecting the community the way it ought to be. Like I said earlier, if it is not working, if community police is not working, I will not promote it, I will not protect it. Now, we have jointly carried out certain operations with the police with valid and valued successes. Getting me? Here in these states. Now, I take Diobu as a case study. Do you know that before Diobu was a no-go area? A no-go area where robbery, kidnapping, armed robbery, snatching of phone goals were orders of the day. But we have reduced those crimes to its minimum bearing through our complementary roles, complementing security agencies, which the police can attest. Like I said earlier, any police officer that does not promote community policing is not ready to fight crime, because himself knows, DPOs knows, area commanders knows, commissioner of police knows. Any genuine police officer that is truly fighting crime must definitely need the services or the collaboration of vigilantes as a synergy to protect lives and property, because it is a working tool. In Rivers State, most of the AK-47s that were recovered, most of the kidnappers that were brought to book are very deep intelligent gathering from vigilantes. And sometimes the communities have confidence in giving information to the vigilante.
So what about people who say that members of these vigilante groups are used to be gang members, or some are still gang members, and then it becomes a situation where the gangs that they were antagonizing would now want to say, oh, because you have joined security, you want to now use that one, and then we have another vendetta that comes out of it. So it depends. How do we get the personalities that become security members of local security?
Like I said, it is community based. Even in the community, getting me? As we speak to you now, members of the vigilante are profiled. Your profiling, getting me? Even in that your profiling form, somebody must recommend you. Somebody must shorty you. As you are, if somebody brings the forms to you for recommendation, will you shorty that person if his activities will dent you?
You may not know sometimes.
Yes, you may not know, but sometimes
are very careful.
Yes, sometimes. But also, before somebody will also bring his form, sometimes some person want to jump. Just giving them that form alone, the conditions in that form alone, will make them to decline. Getting me? Because some persons, they may not get person that will shorty them or that will recommend them in the community. If you have questionable character, whoever you have gone to or whoever you want to go and meet, will go through the form and the criteria to shorty you. If your activities will dent or are questionable, the person will automatically refuse to shorty you. That one alone is a working tool.
All right, let's take some more. I'm sure the listener has several questions to ask. We'll still come back because there's several things that we still want you to respond to. But first, let's hear what the listener has to say on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. The number to call is 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0007. Kennedy Nathan says is watching from Akwa Ibom State. Thank you for always being live. On local security service, prosecute offenders or take criminals to court. If not, police will still do their thing. Exceptionally awesome. Okay, this one is referring to you. Say Mr. Amatari is awesome and he has done so much in Port Harcourt City local government and its environs. Good luck. Okay, watching from Oswalba. So says I think we need community police. They understand the terrain and understand the language, which federal police might not be able to do. Joel, that one is from you on Facebook. We'll take more of your messages on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH, so you can drop the comments as much as you can. JJ in Rumigbo, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't understand English very well. You remember the Middle East, or Middle Belt, sorry, where a retired general was calling on people to protect themselves.
Yeah.
Is it not a software or how will I put it now, of the CP asking people in Ghana to protect themselves? Maybe the police can't protect them anymore. So now, if they do anything wrong, will the police take responsibility since they are the ones that are approved that they should set a way to protect themselves? You know why I fear this one? The people in Ghana talked about X-Men invading their farms, right? At that meeting. And now the response is that protect yourself. Are they now setting up security outfits to fight against the X-Men and you know the resultant effect at the end of the day? Or better still, is the police saying, look, we are offering our arms, whatever you need to protect yourself, just do it, because I don't understand. And your guest said the local government has not been helpful. I have seen several vehicles where they say donated to so by so local government. Is it that those vehicles, they give you at daytime and collect it at night? Thank you very much.
Barry in Ojari, you'd respond to the questions. Barry from Ojari, okay, we lost the call from Barry. Let's go to Africa and hear from Muriel. Muriel, good morning.
Hi, Femi, good morning.
All right, good morning, Muriel. Go on.
As well. My name is Muriel, the Africa woman. Thank you. Look, Femi, I am one person that keeps advocating that when vigilantes are moving, they should move with police to at least check their activities. But I want to ask as well, what is happening in the Ogoni axis, the Eleme axis that they want to set up this? Yeah, I know, but the activities that are happening in the Eche, all those other areas that we keep talking about, why have they not set up? I think I want to advocate that local security outfits should be set up in those areas as well to protect citizens. And as well as I encourage the Ogoni area. Look, you see me, we know in same countries, so many persons like saying that they have local sheriffs. And this thing should be set up not just in few communities. I encourage not just the Eche, all those areas, but as well as all the riverine areas, everywhere, all the nooks and crannies in all the communities. We need these things.
All right.
It's fine if I also want to say when they're going, they should not go with all this Sienna. Most times they just give this local security. They don't granted. What kind of weapons would they go with, and what kind of vehicles? Most times they go with Sienna, all those damaged things. What you know is damaged. They should give them good security cars as well. Set them up properly, not those sharp things that we normally see everywhere that are not. And those that will shorty them should not be politicians, please. Most times activities like this will just be, before you know, politicians will just take it over. They will just send their boys, and before you know, begin to see rivalry, begin to clash and all those things. So I would suggest, I don't even want traditional rulers to even shorty, because the traditional tool has been politicized as well. Maybe they can go to local headmasters, people that you know that are sane for now, for me, in the society to see people, but not politicians and traditional.
All right, Muriel. Let's also not forget what happened in Edo State in Uromi. The actions of local security groups also contributed to what we saw in Uromi that led to the police invading that area. Chima in Rumokuta, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Semi.
Yeah.
I agree to
Okay, go on.
Mr. Semi, local security is good, but one of the problems that I think we are going to have is the funding. You know, we've heard so many times that he that pays the piper, he takes the tune. And another thing again, if you look at this, our European films, all those things, you will see that the local sheriff is always from that community. Now, I have always explained that why do we always clamp down on all those warlords, all those militants, and all those court systems in upland? And we could not clamp anyone in the river area. I've always said it. It is because the locals here provide information. Job security, local security has made their name. You understand? Because they have done so much work that we have heard. Before Job is a right-up area, you can't go there for it to say that. But the security network there, and we knew how police fought them. We knew it very, very well how police wanted to stop that Job security, whatever. But they struggled and they see how they return now to landline. So the matter is that you cannot do anything without the locals. It's not possible. So if we want to do this thing, we should look for proper funding, whereby the funding will not be hijacked or it will not be criminalized. Then, as he has said there in the video, people that will endorse them before they will now begin to work. At least with this, I know that we can go a very long way. So that what is happening in the jail now is very bad. Very, very bad. So I'll have to stop here for now. My name is Chima.
All right, Barry from OGRA, good morning. Barry, what's happening with your line? In Ubimini, Ken is on the line. Hello, Ken.
Good morning, Ifeami Andrew.
Good morning.
Greetings to your guest.
Good morning, sir.
Ifeami, I want to let you know that the order from the Commissioner of Police, River State, is in order. And I would like the IG to say the same. A community in this country that has no hiding areas for the criminals. And without the local vigilantes, a foreigner cannot identify who is who. I don't know if you're understanding me. So for me, let the IG make sure that what is happening in the northern part of the country and the other side of the country should be, because here in Nubumni, I believe since the advent of OSPAC, the community has been quiet, even if there are some minor cases which the nearby division headquarters is being taken care of. I believe whatever thing we are doing in security areas should be centered on the indigenous. Based on those ones that are trying to let abusing the OSPAC works. I think, for me, if you ask me, those are the ones that the politicians identified or signed their forms.
All right, Ken, thank you. Let's take one more call from Godwin in Oyigbo. Good morning, Godwin.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Godwin, go on quickly, yes, please.
Hello?
Godwin, go on, please.
Say, that is just the matter. So the person is supposed to shoot gun where they ask nobody to shoot gun. They now shoot gun so that, what is the kidnapper, one is one of them. They now scared.
All right, Godwin, I really didn't get what you were trying to say, but on WhatsApp, this person says, the local vigilante group are doing enough to curb security challenges in River State. Take, for instance, prior to their engagement activities in Diobu, its rate of crime was so high. This message is from Wilson. And another person here says, good morning, Andrew, let us be sincere. So ourselves, failure of political and legal security forces led to self-help. If the police are up and doing, not compromising crime by indiscriminately releasing criminals as a result of bribe from top or high-profile individuals, society will be a better place. That's OVA. Chris, you sent that one in. This person says here, top of the morning, to be honest with you, these vigilante groups overstep their bounds in terms of carrying out their work. State police is the answer to solving security confronting the country. This is Thank God Ability at Wegbu. All right, in under 2 minutes, let's get your response. Arms is an important thing. Should vigilante groups carry guns? I mean, we know what the law says about it. Very clear. So how do we then handle that part of it?
Like I said earlier, he cannot fight criminals who have AK-47 with machete or cutlass. So carrying of arms is very important.
So who trains these individuals? Because there's also the fear of what these people who are holding the arms, if they are not well trained and are not mentally in the right place. There are also concerns that come from that.
Anytime I speak, I will speak on my security outfits. Get me? I don't think we have heard any case of misconduct on issues of accidental discharge or killing, etc. Get me?
That's for Diobu Vigilante particularly.
Yes, so I must speak for it. And in the other area, like I said earlier, in River State, with all humility, if the services of vigilantes are withdrawn, we'll come back to these days of insecurity. With all humility, the complementary roles have given us this peace, relative peace in various. Any community that does not have the presence of vigilante, that community is open to crime. Yes, it's open to crime. So the statement of the Commissioner of Police, like I said earlier, in forming vigilante in that community, he must form it in collaboration with the police. You don't do it outside the police. Get me? First, your first point is the division. This year. And the division will communicate to the Commissioner of Police with the area commanders, giving them information of the information. Then you also send it to the DSS for profiling. So it is not something, say, because the CP said form. Get me? You will form with the consent of the police. And your primary place of report is the division. So
you can't arrest people, you can't detain people.
You can arrest,
and hand over to the police. And hand over to people, but you can't detain.
You arrest and hand over to the police. Sometimes there are distress calls that the vigilante will even respond faster and hand over to the police. Sometimes if you want to wait for the response of the police, that particular division has only one patrol vehicle. And the vigilantes in the community, and when criminal knows that vigilantes are in that community, they will go to areas that are open for them to operate. It is a known fact, and it has helped various communities. If these things are not working, we will not be here to promote it. Like I said earlier, before in Diobu, kidnapping, armed robbery, these are things you can. But today, even the few criminals that are there, when you commit a crime, somebody will see. Know you and inform the vigilante who will come and pick you and hand over you to the police. So the CP's statement is in the right direction.
All right, thank you very much for your time. But this is where we wrap things up. The commander for Diobu Vigilante Security Service, Prince Amatari Bipeledei. Thank you once again.
God bless you, sir.
My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Good morning.